Since he could tie the laces on his cleats, baseball's been much more than a sport to Jacob Durham. He calls it his one true passion in life, but it was another passion that cut the game short. It began as an ordinary duck hunt on a cold December morning. Jacob and his older brother Trevor gliding across Howard County's Gillum Lake.
We're going pretty good. I think he might have had it full throttle. I know we were definitely scooting.
But in a matter of seconds, it all crashed to a halt. To this day, they have no idea what they hit.
And the next thing I know, I'm flying through the air.
Both were ejected into the freezing cold water, but the nightmare was only beginning.
We don't even have time to say anything. I just see his eyes get enormous.
I saw the boat, coming around heading right for us. I didn't have time to say a word.
It was so fast that you don't really have time to panic, and all I can see is that boat motor just chopping across, coming right at me. And so I just ducked, which is just natural instinct. And when I did that, I felt a jolt.
The propeller struck Jacob's back and ground to a stop.
The next 10 seconds was, to this day, the worst 10 seconds of my life, because at that point, I thought that Jake was dead.
I heard Trevor's voice. He said, well, turn over a little bit. So I turned over and to show him my back, and apparently it was pretty gross.
The blades carved 8 deep gashes into Jacob's lower back. The brothers needed to act fast. But Trevor couldn't call for help. His cell phone screen blank, damaged from its plunge into the water.
I probably hit send 15 times till I realized if something doesn't change, he may not make it.
Finally, one call goes through. Incredibly, their father on the other end.
As soon as he said, I need an ambulance, the phone went dead.
The Durhams had no idea where on the lake to send an ambulance. With their boat damaged, Jacob and Trevor flagged down some fellow hunters who rushed them to shore.
As we're going, I could feel my skin like flapping from where it had been cut.
But only when paramedics called in the helicopter did it finally hit.
I'm thinking I might be about to die. This seriously could be it.
As Jacob flew 60 miles to Texarkana, his parents still unsure if their son was dead or alive.
I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. All I could do was just pray to God. And that's all you have.
After an agonizing 2.5-hour drive from Little Rock, the Durhams finally laid eyes on Jacob.
It was pretty tough to, look upon your son and be looking inside his body. Like we all did, we prayed.
Jacob received over 400 stitches, and doctors said the propeller came inches from his spleen and rolled over his spine. Still, Jacob's injuries did sever his career in college baseball. Looking back, a small sacrifice for a life spared.
Up until this accident, we had just had a normal, great life. We count our blessings, but now after this, that saying has a new meaning to it.
Now an assistant with UALR Baseball, Jacob shares his hard-learned lesson.
I keep telling him, just love every minute of it, because when it's gone, there's nothing like it, because you can't never get it back again.